and times and a dividing of time. Okay? So we know that that is 3.5 years, of course. And yes, that's the truth. You know what I mean? And he is the heartbeat behind all this stuff. And people are sitting up here really tripping off of this whole election thing. If you still voting, we can't even have a discussion. If you still voting, we can't have a discussion. I voted once, but this was only when I was completely not level-headed at all. And I was young. I was 18. That was my first time actually able to vote. That was my first and last time that I voted, because I was coming into, the understanding that we are governed by a wicked system, or at least I didn't know it to be. Well, I did. I knew that it was wicked, something wicked about it, but I didn't know in detail. I just had a microdose of understanding, or a thought to want to seek some sort of understanding about this, wicked system that we are governed by. But what happened was that I voted once when I was 18, and then after that I never voted again, because I realized after that, and I guess subconsciously I realized that I had done who I had voted for, of course, was the damn 44th president, Obama. I voted for him because that was the only time that I can actually vote. And, and it was interesting because you can tell around that time, he was really geared towards the fourth and the third and the fourth generation. That was his main goal, and especially the millennials. His whole thing was really trying to get what they call today the millennials on board, which was like us. I'm considered what they call a millennial. So he was trying to get his campaign was trying to get a lot of us to vote for him, a lot of young people to vote for him, because they knew that a lot of young people, especially, they were going to fall. Well, young people, they'll fall for anything. You tell them anything, you know what I mean? That has no real sort of concrete basis at all alone, but you show them something that looks good and supposed to, and you tell them, even though it may be a lie, and they'll believe it. They'll believe it. It's like little, helpless sucklings who need to be pampered and fed, and you give them chemical waste as a means to nourish them, telling them that it is a nurturing pap, when really it's a needle, a sharp, acute needle, that's feeding them that's feeding them chemical waste. You know what I mean? But you let them know, oh, nothing's wrong. Just keep on drinking it. Keep on drinking it. It's just like that. So I didn't know any better when I was 18 when I voted. And I just said, oh, okay, well, we got a so-called black president, so I guess I'm going to just vote for him. But then as I started to research and figure it out, I was like, man, especially now, I was like, damn, I made the worst decision ever. The worst decision ever. Even participating in voting. Okay? So I say it was a long time coming for me to realize that my vote never mattered. And I'm telling you, your vote doesn't matter. It don't. It really, truly don't. They don't give a damn about you guys voting. They just want you guys to believe that you guys are partaking in the construction or sort of the election of a public figure who is supposed to care about your wants and needs of society. And, he's supposed to be put, on the forefront as commander-in-chief to make sure that he is looking closely at domestic and foreign policy, and he knows how to handle it because he's quote unquote qualified for the job, and they give people, a rock to sleep, or they cradle them to sleep simply with that knowledge alone, that they give you a person because that's what we need. Or in a sense, it's just like the Israelites, how they wanted a king. They wanted somebody physically at the forefront, at the head. It's just like that. You got people who want to see people like them, human beings, running them. You know what I mean? It's just like the sucklings who are not independent. It's just like that. Hold on. I just need to make sure that this video is... My apologies, y'all. I had to click it off because I guess the video cuts off because I'm doing it on my phone, and then it cuts back on. So forgive me. But yeah, you know, that's what this is about. You know, so I'm just, y'all do your research. If you don't believe who this man really is, do your research on him. Ask the Most High to show it to you. At this point, if you don't see it, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, honestly. I really, truly don't. You are one of those people who are taken by his craftiness, okay? Because that's exactly what it is. You're looking at the flatteries of his words and what he looks like, you know? But like I said, there's no means of you wanting, you should not go and vote, because I tell you that it means nothing. It means nothing. It makes no difference at all. They just want you to believe that it does, okay? It doesn't. And the reason why I brought up the election is because, of course, we have this quote-unquote so-called election that's coming up. And I'm not even sure if it's going to actually even really truly be an election, simply because, and then some people might argue, well, that's not true. There's no way. There's never been a time in history where there's never been an election. There has to be. They have to elect someone. I'm just saying, I don't know. I can't even be sure if it's really truly going to be an election. You know what I mean? Because this time, or it's not really truly an election. I'm not sure they're going to put on a big campaign show, you know, a big Hollywood show like they've always done, a stage play. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do that this time around, simply because how are you going to try to get people to vote if you got people in their houses, you got them scared, you got them worried about coronavirus, you got them wearing masks like they're crazy. And it's just like, it's just no different. It's no different from somebody lying, telling somebody that, there's been a terrorist attack and, they've dropped a nuclear bomb on us, right? And then the public is forcing people to go and buy gas masks, or the government is forcing people to force the public to go and buy gas masks, and then you see a bunch of us walking around with gas masks, you know, because supposedly there's radiation all up in the air, you know. It's just like that, you know. And I'm not, by no means I'm not making fun of it, because I still believe that all of these are plagues. You know what I mean? I believe that all this stuff is plagues, but I'm not believing any of the junk that they're pushing out, because this is just a means for them to try to push out the mark of the beast, which is the vaccine. And that's just what I truly believe. So yeah, I'm not even sure if there is going to be an election, you know, because how are they going to get massive amounts of people to mail in their ballots? You know what I mean? Nobody's going to even believe that it was a fair election if you get them to mail it in either. I'm just saying, either way is not going to make too much of a difference, because I don't really give a damn if they have one or not. So on that note, let me get to some more of these scriptures. On the subject of the vision that I had about the false Messiah that was in the sky. A lot of people will fall for that simply because they've been taken by what this man has said. But I want to read to you guys Revelation 17, starting at verse 8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. What is perdition? Let me continue. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. The one who ascended out of the bottomless pit is the Apollyon Abaddon spirit, okay? Which has indwelt Obama, okay? So, perdition. Let's look up what perdition means. Wait, before I get to that, let me read another scripture. 2 Thessalonians 2, chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Going back to Revelation 17, verse 8. The beast that thou sawest, and is not. Sawest, was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. Who is that? Who is that? Verse 11, before I tell you the definition of that, I just want to prove a point. Verse 11 says, Revelation chapter 17, verse 11 says, and the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth, and is of the seven, and goeth into perdition. Okay? That's the same person. That's the same person. Okay, so we know what that is. We know who it is. It's the same person. Okay? Perdition. I looked up synonyms to perdition. Listen to what synonyms of perdition is. And I'm going to link all of this in the description box. Gehenna, damnation, inferno, pit, punishment, purgatory, affliction, abyss, suffering, ruin, underworld, fire and brimstone, everlasting fire, place of torment, lower world, netherworld, bottomless pit, and get this, here's the big cherry on top of what I've been saying. Abaddon. It's literally here. It's literally here. Actually, you know what? I think I can show y'all. That's what I'm doing. You see that? You see that? Abaddon. Everything that I said, so you know I'm not lying to y'all. Perdition, you see that? Synonyms, Abaddon. Okay? Actually, I wish I could have just done that before. Sometimes I just be going like a Duracell battery, you know, and I just, you know, I forget that we literally living in a time with technology, you know what I mean? But yeah, literally, that's what it is. So let me continue. Revelation chapter 17, back to verse 8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wander, whose names are not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not, and yet is. The beast that was and is not, and yet is. He went away, came back, but he's still the same man. Same man. Went away, came back, and still the same man. And then some may say, "Oh, well, he didn't come back." Listen, he was nominated or elected for 2 terms. Okay, 2 terms. 2 terms. Okay, that's a total of 8 years. Hence, he is of the 8th. 44th president, 4 plus 4 is 8. I ain't about to sit up here and do all that with y'all. But y'all should get the message, okay? It's clear as day. It's clear as day. And it's not going to be in such a way where you'll know, because Satan is not going to reveal himself like that. He always hides. He always tries to cloak himself. He always does. Okay? So he was and is not and yet is. So he was the president, then he had to run again, so he wasn't the president, basically. And then he became the president again. I'm talking about the 2 terms. And then now he's not the president, but he still is the beast, nonetheless. Same beast. Same beast. Same beast. Or of a part of the beast. And of course, the false prophet is a part of the beast. Of course, i.e. the Vatican. I want to cover something. It says, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder. So yes, the ones that are going to wonder after the beast are the ones whose names are not written in the Lamb's book of life, because that's exactly what it says from the foundation of the world. When they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. So, of course, all those people is going to be deceived by his signs and great wonders, peaceably him coming in, talking his flatteries, who are still deceived now because they still hold true to him. I didn't see too many people who got Obama shirts, who got Obama murals, that got Obama pins, and all types of Obama souvenirs, okay? I didn't see too many of them, celebrities included, and just regular everyday people. Okay, so these people are already taken by him. Okay, they're already taken. A lot of them are. A lot of them are. A lot of them are. And that's just the truth. A lot of them are. So what I wanted to give you guys, I'm going to show it to you again. Okay, what wonder means. Wonder. The etymological meaning of wonder. Marvelous thing, miracle. Actually, I'm going to just go ahead and show it. We can read it together. Wonder, okay? Marvelous thing, miracle, object of astonishment, from Proto-Germanic, okay? All of that, you can read that on your own, okay? Read it on your own. To be no wonder was an Old English, okay, sorry, that wasn't actually what, this is the original wonder drug, right? Okay? So you already know what that means, right? To be astonished, also admire, make wonderful, magnify, from the source of wonder. Okay? And then it says related, wondered, wondering. And then it says over there, it says sense of entertain some doubt of curiosity. Let's see. Okay, no, that's something else. Those are relative words. That. Okay, so yeah, you see that. People are literally, they're going to wonder after him. They're going to admire him, or they already are admiring him. And it's a marvelous thing that he has already done for them, literally. But he ain't even done yet, because, you know, the reality is that once they start doing their whole little project and making it a big thing, these people are going to marvel at that type of stuff because their names are not written in the Lamb's Book of Life. And that's just the truth. But like I said, everybody still needs to hear the truth, even the fallen ones, you know, the ones whose names are not written, because on that day of judgment, they will not be able to say that they were never told or warned. Okay? That's the reason why everybody has to know. Everybody. And that's just the truth. Even the ones whose names are written, who's going to refute it immediately, coming out the door. But at the end of the day, they can never say that they were never warned. They can't. They can't. 2 Corinthians 11:14 says, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. The reason why is simply because Satan, of course, has transformed himself into an angel of light. And we already know that. That being, it's already depicted so many times and illustrated in just everything that we see around our very eyes. You know, even with the symbols that I talked to you guys about sort of at the beginning of the video, where I said that the sun, there's many variations of the sun or the sun wheel, and you'll see like the wings and or a bug, you know what I mean? Like that Egyptian stuff. That's it. That's representative or paying homage to Satan, who has literally transformed himself into an angel of light, who is supposed to be this all-knowing being who's coming to bring enlightenment unto those who are without enlightenment, you know, and that is obviously a lie. So it's obvious that these same people are following after that, one after the other, because I keep on telling you, it doesn't matter if you fall for it in this Romanized or Roman Catholic or sort of Roman Greco or Greco-Roman Catholic Christianized category, or if you fall through it by way of not being a believer or any one of these religious institutions, you still get caught up into that circuit or cesspool of deception, which is working for the betterment of Satan himself. You know, because scripture says that he's coming to deceive the whole world, and has deceived a lot of us until a lot of us was brought up out of our own line of deception, or his deception. And, you know, we were made, we shall be made white. You know what I mean? And the Most High has given us understanding, but by way of Hamashiach. And it's only by way of our testimony. This is why it's so important that all of us, we have a testimony. Because if you don't have a testimony, you know, I can't believe nothing that you say. Even if you do got a testimony, because some people like to lie. Some people like to lie about a damn testimony that they claim they got, all this crap. You know, I just question you. You know what I mean? And that's what the real ones should be doing all the time. You should be questioning everything that a person says, even me. You know what I mean? Like you are right to question. You are right to search the scriptures. You know what I mean? You are right to do that. I encourage you to do that. You know, you don't sit up there and not just believe anything that somebody says, and not, you know, do, you know, your own research. Yeah, search the scriptures, because that person may be telling you a lie. You see, scripture says that, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. So he comes in the form of many variations of wickedness, okay, to appeal to a person's interest level, okay? Because remember, the Most High knows us because the Most High created us, but Satan knows us too. He does. So he knows exactly how to appeal to us. You know, he knows exactly how to appeal to that vulnerability in us to try to get us to worship him, you know, and for us to worship him blindly. And unfortunately, that is what happened to a lot of us before we were grafted out of darkness. We were blind, and that's the truth. And unless anybody recognizes that, you know, you can't be one of those people who say, oh, I was never blind, I was always walking in truth. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. We know that is not the truth. Come on now. Okay? That's not true. Matthew 24:26 says, wherefore if they... Oh, no. 23. Matthew 24:23. Starting at 23 through 24. Or actually, no. Starting at 23 to 27. I'll read all of that. Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Hamashiach, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs, Hamashiach, or false Christ, and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. I'm going to stop there. And I'm going to run over to Revelation 16, verse 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of the great day of Yah Almighty. So this is very important that we understand this, because this is how many people that's going to be deceived by all of this, these signs and wonders, the project, all this crap, which is Project Bluebeam, all of that. I explained to you in the vision, and I also made a video, you know, detailing it, as well as showing you, or not showing you, relaying to you other visions that I had that was linked to the project, and a dream that I had about almost 10 years ago, actually. Behold, verse 25, Matthew 24:25. Behold, I have told you before. 26. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. he is in the secret chambers. Believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So even with me seeing that vision, it looked like that was something that was projected in the sky that was huge, that everybody, every eye could see it. It seemed like that, you know, because it was so big and heavy in the sky. And it seemed so real. Like, it was so convincing to me, I'm telling you. And I was amazed by its beauty. It was so beautiful. But even then, I knew that that wasn't the truth. You know, because it was even shown to me almost like as if it was a painting. Like one of the, have you seen one of those live moving paintings where they're realistic? They look so realistic. Not even so much 3D. Like, they're live moving paintings. Like, that's exactly what it looked like. But it was so realistic. And, you know, it wowed me because it was so beautiful. That's how it's going to be for all these people who will be deceived in the end. And that's a shame. Let me show you guys this picture of what, this is exactly the picture that I saw. Exactly. This is it. This is the exact picture that I saw. This statue, but the only difference was that it was plummeting forward. It was falling forward. Literally. It had plunged forward. Okay? And that's exactly what I saw. That's exactly what I saw. You know, exactly what I saw. Nothing more, nothing less. Exactly that. Okay? So, just be careful, y'all, and be watchful. I'm telling you, because it's going to come a time where everything that we have been holding true to and leaning on, Hamashiach, of course, that all will be tested. Our faith will be tested in the end. So if you believe, there's no way that you can be deceived. If you have faith, because you can't just believe, you got to have faith. Because believing is not enough. You have to have faith. And faith is knowing. Without a shadow of a doubt, is knowing. Is knowing. That's faith. Okay? And I just so much not believe what I've been shown, but I know what I've been shown. I have faith in it. Okay? Good confidence in what he has shown me. And just be, I got this scripture for you, and I'm going to leave you on this note. That's 1 Thessalonians, starting at verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Most High so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say, peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness. Listen to this, my people. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep, as do others, but let us watch and be sober. That's the best scripture that I can leave my people with. That's to the 12 tribes of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 tribes of the Most High Yah, and to the stranger who's adjoined to Israel. I say that to you. Okay? But specifically, It will only take those like a thief in the night. And I heard a sister, she explained this perfectly in one of her videos. Her name is Beverly. Yah bless her. She explained this perfectly. And this scripture explains itself perfectly as well. The only ones that it will take like a thief in the night are the ones who are in darkness. That's the only one. But you'll see some people today even quote that scripture and say, oh, he's coming like a thief in the night. He's coming like a thief in the night. Like, and they'll say, and they'll attribute that with the scripture of, oh, no man knoweth the daytime nor hour, which is true. But you see how they use vague scriptures to try to support their doctrine? The only ones that it will take like a thief in the night, the only ones that it will take like a thief in the night, his coming, the real Hamashiach, the real one, the Son of Man. The only one that it will take like a thief in the night are those ones who are in darkness, who are not sealed, the ones whose names are not written in the Lamb's book of life. Those are the ones that it's going to take like a thief in the night, because they are not prepared. They were found filthy, naked. So those are the ones that's going to take like a thief. Just like the sinking ship of Titanic. Do you think those people knew that when they left and went, whether the stuff was real or not, but do you think, this is just to make a point, do you think that that they knew that when they had left and got on that boat, that they would be sinking in the Atlantic Ocean? Do you think that they actually knew that? Or do you think? If they knew that, of course they wouldn't have got on. We know that. If they knew that, of course they wouldn't have got on. You know what I mean? But anybody with a normal mind could have already said to themselves. But see, that's just the spirit of greed, the spirit of pride, and vanity, selfishness, all of that. Because you had a lot of wealthy people on there, more than you had a lot of low-class people. But of course you had low-class people on there because a lot of those people were laborers, you know, and a lot of them were helping in the aid of operating the ship and keeping it afloat, or keeping it afloat, should I say. So that's what that was, literally. But the truth is that most of the population on that ship, they were wealthy people. So anyone with the right working mind, I would have immediately said to myself, I'm not getting on nothing like that. No way, because that's huge. It's big. There's never been anything like that so big. How do I know that just because they told you it's been tested, this and that? I don't know. You know, I would have been worried about a manufacturing issue. I would have been worried about a labor issue. You know, I would have been worried about the build quality, all that type of stuff. I would have been worried about that. Those are things that I would have literally been worried about. That would have literally gave me a sign as a red flag to not get on that damn boat. That's all I'm saying. But the people, you know, that's just the thing. It's going to be like that. It caught them just like a thief in the night when that ship sank. And this is how it's going to catch people who are in darkness. Who are in darkness. It's going to catch them like a thief in the night. Literally. When the real Hamashiach shows up on the scene. And automatically, just by the presence of his glory, his magnificence, his holiness, his most cleanliness, it will make them disintegrate. Literally. His brightness, the brightness of his coming alone will make them disintegrate. And it is. So there's no way that we will be taken by a thief, like a thief in the night. Because that's why verse 4 says, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. So it ain't going to take us like a thief, because we're not living in darkness. We're walking in understanding. That's why it goes on to say, Scripture says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. So that's what we doing. We watching. We watching. And we alert. We alert and we attentive to everything that's going on around us. And we're making sure that we're tallying up everything, surveying everything. So that's pretty much it for now. I'm trying to think, maybe I should just go ahead and show you the pictures now. I'm not trying to do anything lazy by not putting, I'm still going to put the stuff that I need to put in the description box, but I just wanted to show you guys that stuff and reveal to you guys what I've been shown. And like I said, I do my best by trying to do this. And I know I said I wasn't coming on here again, but you know, I don't, honestly, I don't make the rules, you know, and it's bad enough that I'm being tortured. It's not a bad thing, but it's torture to have to see this stuff, and even more torture to have to actually be the one sitting in front of a camera to relay the message to you guys. But it's important for people to know. So I digress, and I don't complain about it. So I'm not complaining about it. I don't think it's me complaining. I only said that because there's a lot of fake people who just simply come on the channel and watch, you know. And let me say this, as just to let you know, I'm no type of oracle. So if you on here to try to look at me as an oracle, as a soothsayer or anything like that, because that's what y'all like to do. Y'all do a lot of witchcraft, you witches and warlocks. The Most High rebukes you. In the mighty name of Yahushua HaMashiach, the Most High rebukes you. For all you witches and warlocks, I ain't got nothing for you. Suffer not a witch to live. So I don't play that. I don't. So don't come at me with that crap. Don't. Because I know the war is in the spirit. And I'll meet you in the spirit. Literally. And I don't play that. Because I don't. It's not about peace when I got enemies who are enemies of the Most High. So you're my enemy. You hate me and you throw stones at the Most High's people because if you had the chance, which you wouldn't, you'll never get the chance, never, you couldn't even throw stones at the Most High. You wouldn't even want to, because just His presence alone will literally decimate you, literally. So you can't get close to Him to throw stones and express your disdain and hatred for Him. So you'll take it out on His people, the ones that He's using, which is normal. That's what they've always been doing. Always. So I'm no type of oracle. I'm no type of tarot card reader. I'm nothing of the sort. And I'll call you out on your witchcraft stuff, and I'll pray against that stuff and send all them arrows that you send in my way. I'll send it back to you. Because I understand warfare. I understand the principles of warfare. I don't play with witches and warlocks. Because I know, and so don't come at me with that. I don't. All right, so if you on here just to listen to visions and just to listen, to try to get whatever you came to get, devil, the Most High rebukes you. Go on somewhere. Unsubscribe too. Please do. Please unsubscribe. I won't lose no sleep over you unsubscribing. I won't. Peace and blessings to my people out there. Stay prayed up, steadfast, stay watchful, and don't let nobody steal your joy or disrupt your inner peace that the Most High has given you. Know that I see you, Most High's people, the real ones. I do see y'all. I do. You know, and it's a blessing that we are isolated, because this was all for a reason. We need to be isolated. You know what I mean? And one thing that I also understand, I know it hurts, because a lot of the people around us have conspired against us, especially our so-called close friends and loved ones. You know, or family, should I say, by me saying loved ones. You know, one thing that I've learned is that Scripture says that Hamashiach is coming back with the sword to enact judgment and to divide mothers from daughters, fathers from sons, so on and so forth. So the truth is that the reason why he's coming with the sword to divide the wheats from the tares is because everybody in your immediate family is not, their names, chances are their names are not written. And I know that that's harsh to say, but the truth is that there's not very many people. There's not. You know what I mean? And that's just the truth. You have to live with the unfortunate reality that your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your close cousin, or your auntie, your uncle, your child even may not be found written in the Lamb's Book of Life. That's something that you have to deal with. You're going to have to come to the realization of that. But know that we're not going to feel any pain or suffering or anything for them, because that will all be taken away. And Scripture says that as well. So it's a blessing that we are isolated. And I say that to say don't feel lonely. You know what I mean? Because I know it's hard. That's what they want us to feel like. They want to spotlight us, and and make us look like as if we're the nihilistic, sort of terroristic people. We're the infection who is the cause of all of this. But the reality is that they're angry at the Most High, but they can't take it out on him, so they take it out on his people. It's just plain and simple like that. But the truth is that it's best to be isolated than it is to be around a group of fucking people who just literally wants to do nothing but suck the life out of you. That's it. That's all they did anyways when we was around them. All they did was suck the life out of us. They like to say, oh, you were the life of the party, blah, 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 this and that. Do you know that the people that claimed to have loved us, who have joined forces with the enemy, those people, do you know that the type of people that they lost? I'm talking about us. They lost some really good people, and they know what they lost. They know what they lost. Because I guarantee you, out of everybody that they didn't know, that we were the type of people who was there for them. Even though we don't seek acknowledgement, or we don't pontificate about the stuff that we do for people. It's naturally in us. Scripture says that we are the children of light. We are the children of day. We are not of the night. We are not of the darkness. So that's in our spirit to do that for people, to be giving, to be a hearing ear for people, a shoulder for people to cry on. That is naturally in us. You know what I mean? But what they don't understand is that they lost the best person that they could have ever had in their life. I'm talking about in this physical form. They did when it comes to us, the ones that came against us. They did, and they know that. They know that. They do. But make no mistake about it, we don't need them. We never did. And we already had a mission from the beginning, from the foundations of the world. And that's just the truth. That's just the truth. So I say to my people out there, stand on your mission. And we have to fulfill it until the end. No matter what they do to us, no matter what they say that we did, we got to stand on it. I'm not saying let them do whatever the hell they want you to. Defend yourself at all costs if somebody put their hands on you. Absolutely, I say that. But you ain't even got to worry about nobody putting their hands on you, because they don't want none of this. That's just the truth. They don't want nothing, because they already know that they gonna get what they need. They're going to get what they need if they try to put their hands on us. That's all I'm saying. They will. So we ain't even got to worry about that. But all I'm saying is that if in the event it does come to that, I say defend yourself. I wouldn't tell you to do nothing that I wouldn't do. And I'm not promoting violence or anything like that. All I'm saying is that you should defend yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. Why not? Why not? Peace and blessings to everybody out there. I love you. All praises to the Most High. All praises to Hamashiach. And I say, shalom, family, to the end. All right? See ya.